Okay. First of all, got 2 episodes left of the main story. Second of all, just want to shed some light on what happened in the last episode of the game with Hisoka. Now, unfortunately, I have this is the digital version because in North America you can only buy the digital version of the game. There was never a physical release. So, there's a lot of stuff that is not apparent because I've been getting it off of like fan wiki sites about the characters of this game. So apparently, according to the official guidebook, Hisoka is actually a descendant of one of the shrine maidens on Mount Hikami. That's why she has the special powers. And she's actually related to Rei Kurosawa, who was the main protagonist in Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. So, yeah. You can't really know this unless you look it up, other than looking in the official guidebook, which I clearly don't have. So that explains it. So, as a so as for Hisoka being related to Osei, I think they're not related because I believe Osei was given the name Osei Kurosawa after she became a pillar or a great pillar. So yeah. So without further ado, yeah, okay. Rui, Miu, Miku, Hisoka, and Yuri have all returned from Mount Hikami. The dark sun has followed them. The mountain will not let them go. Ren must protect them alone. "13th drop. The dark sun. Rui, Miu, Miku, Hisoka, and Yuri all fall into an unusually deep slumber. Ren fears that while this persists, the defenseless group may be vulnerable to attack. Time to get back to those surveillance cameras. Oh boy. Ren knows he must find out what's going on with Mount Hikami before something comes to pay a visit. Well, that's going to happen regardless, I know that. Now, when I first did a run through of this game, I did it in like big intervals. Like there was like I got to like a few episodes, then I drop it for like a couple of months, then I come back to it, do another couple of episodes, then another couple of months. So
sunrise isn't for another few hours.
When I got to here, I totally forgot about the tall woman. And when I played this for the first time, I read about the Hachishaku-sama, which you'll see later on in this episode of why I'm saying this. Light. It must be a sign of something strange happening on Mount Hikami. Something might be on its way here again. I should keep an eye on the surveillance camera feeds. Let me just see. Ah, and the window's normal. Okay, so switch to type 7.
They're here.
There we go. Yeah, get some. Where are you? Okay, well, that's the room Miu and her mother are sleeping in. I got to go rescue them. Yeah, if you thought the first surveillance night was easy, this turns it up a bit. Just get rid of you.
Melting away.
You know, once again, unfortunately, I don't have the restore lens with Ren. Ruby's alright. Spirits aren't here yet. I should go check on Miu and her mother. Yeah, I know. I know. My first playthrough, I had a particularly tough time in this specific area. On the Shadowborn, I found an old book about Shadowborn. Where ghost marriages take place, tales of children of the dead are often found. They are known as Shadowborn, or children of the underworld, and are feared by the people. The Shadowborn. Once a man beloved by a girl living in a small village went missing in the mountains. Every day, the girl went to the mountain shrine to pray for his return. But years went by, and the man never came back. After 10 years, the girl had lost her mind. She went on living and talking to a man who wasn't there. One day, the villagers noticed that she was with child. She said that the man who had gone missing was the father. Ignoring the talk in the village about the identity of the father, she gave birth alone. The baby girl that was born had the missing man's eyes. As for the man, he was an outsider who had stumbled upon the village. It later transpired he was killed by the villagers 10 years prior. When the child learned how to speak, she asked the villagers, "Why did you kill my father?" Yeah, so that's what I was saying with Miu. But unfortunately, they seem to be alright, except for the nightmares. So the ghost walking here is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, it's just, you know. Hi. Just unfortunately that Miu is a product of incest. Wow. I don't know what I'm looking for in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. health is good right now. Rui's breathing quietly in deep slumber. What's that book? It's about folk tales surrounding Mount Hikami. I should probably take a look at it as well. Yeah, they're out for blood tonight. Water in Mount Hikami. Was Rui reading this before she went to sleep? Water has been deified on Mount Hikami for centuries. The water from the Lake of the Departed envelops the mountain in mist. To the locals, the water is the source of the soul, and where the soul returns to in death. This belief likely spread due to water being tied to everything within the wet and humid climate. The people fear nature, revere it, and live among it. This may show the true character of the locals. Rui's having nightmares, but seems okay otherwise.
Mount Hikami. Here on the mountain, water itself was revered and worshipped. Souls come from the water, and it's where they return to in death.
Yuri's Notebook 3. This looks like Yuri's diary. Maybe there's some clues in it. The words, "I won't let you," brought me back to my senses. They overwhelmed me. The words were so powerful, so absolute, they really got to me. But what really got me to stick around was something small. Hisoka's favorite words. Sometimes a cup of coffee can make all the difference. It was such a little thing, but I never noticed it. Yuri's bathed in the red glow, but is still in a deep sleep. Everything seems to be fine in the room. Something has fallen under the bed. A book Yuri was reading might be worth checking out. Touch him in the crotch! Yeah! Water, Life, and Death. There's a book underneath the bed. Shut up! The beliefs of Mount Hikami are related to beliefs found all over the country. The water is life, and in death the soul must return there. People came to the mountain to return their souls to the mother that gave it to them. To die a proper death. The belief that dying in the mountain's water was somehow proper. This shows a strong yearning for nature itself. With death, it's just another part thereof. I'm worried about what's going on in the other rooms. I should check the camera feed. Shut up already! Jeez. Well, that's not ominous at all. 6 type zeros. Inhabitants of Mount Hikami have long held peculiar beliefs about life and death. People would go there for special rituals and offer their lives to the dark waters of the mountain lake. Mount Hikami has always been known for the many suicides that take place there.
Souls are born of water, and water is what they revert to. To seek death in the waters of the mountains to be the a means to a proper death.
Heal. Oh, they start me off with 30. That's nice. Need to heal again. I can't fight well in this cramped room. Ah. Of course, now I'm too early. Okay, this is really starting to get on my nerves. Do I do it too early or do it too late? Okay, that was bullshit. Almost dead. Finish her off. Okay. Now I'll finish her off. Wow, she disappeared quickly. Okay. Was something here. Okay, so as you just saw, ah!
You will not escape.
Whoa. Okay. Fuck. So, yeah. As you can tell, that frightened me the first time I played it. Because I knew stuff like that was gonna happen, but it didn't happen until now. Crap. Too early. Of course. Rui's Journal 6. Rui must have written this before going to bed. Must have been writing this. This might be the end. My body is growing colder and my blood runs clear, like water. My body shakes with the mountain. I can't move. I wanted Mr. Hojo to get away at least, but he can't escape. He has become an outsider. He must choose. The one he doesn't choose will be thrown away. I don't think Mr. Hojo will be able to do it, but it's already too late. He needs to choose someone. He needs to end it with someone. Rui's not waking up. I'm a bit worried, but now I need to stay here and keep checking on everyone. Yeah, so that little excerpt was telling that
You will not escape.
yeah, that part That was when I finally realized, holy crap, is that Hachishaku-sama? Because I'm like, there's no one else that tall. Crap. In the reliquaries. This book seems to be about reliquaries. The black boxes found on Mount Hikami were filled with life, with death, and with fear. In short, they were filled with human sacrifices. Shrine maidens were put in these reliquaries to protect the local from appeasing the Shadow Spring. This Shadow Spring served as a bridge to the Netherworld. In other words, beneath the water, the source of all life, exists the underworld. The black water came from the underworld itself, and with it came disaster and ruin. The border between life and death was faint in that place. The Shrine Maidens were said to take on the memories of people who came to die. This seems to be similar to the spirit channeling seen in other parts of the country. To take on the memories of the dying is to share in death. Maidens glanced at people's souls as they died, taking their secrets as they were sealed in the reliquaries. The Shrine Maidens became one with the water to connect with the people they glanced. Shrine Maidens ferried people to their death via the water. The Maidens of Mount Hikami presided over death, but this may have been an effort to protect those still living. I'm worried about what's going on in the other rooms. I should check the camera feed. The religion practiced on Mount Hikami relied on the Shrine Maidens. They were ones guarding the border between worlds. They had two main duties. The first one was to oversee the deaths of those who made the pilgrimage to Mount Hikami. And the second one...
And in order to preserve the water's purity, Shrine Maidens were chosen to be immortal flowers, human sacrifices, or pillars offered up to the water. They were placed inside those black boxes.
When open, is being outshot by a powerful force. Well, this is probably going to be the hard time I had in my previous run through, since I saw there was a Shrine Maiden. Oh yeah. Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna top off. right. This one part, it kind of confused me the first time. In fact, when I thought about this was like almost like, oh, the tale of Circle You, which I saw on like a Halloween night. Crap. Come on. Okay. As I said, this is a very, very annoying part. She's dead. I think she's the only one left. Okay, reach a checkpoint. Whew. Yeah. Very annoying part. So I gotta go to Hisoka's room. Ghost Brides. An old book has fallen on the floor. I can see the words ghost marriage. It looks like it's by the folklorist Keiji Watarai. Maidens within the casket suffer through an internal cycle of life and death as they slowly melt into the water. To protect the mountain, the shrine maidens must endure that pain and suffering alone, until they can take no more. There was a ceremony to soothe the suffering of the maiden's souls, allowing the pillars to persist longer. This is the ghost marriage. Living men are brought to the mountain as grooms for the suffering shrine maidens. They chose their maidens and then exchanged their vows. At the moment their souls join, her soul is said to return to this world. Maiden is then placed back into her casket, groom in tow, so that she can continue to uphold the border between life and death. Until a maiden is bound by a ghost marriage, she is alone. She must wait to be chosen. This ritual invokes emotions that transcend life and death. Perhaps this is part of the deep-rooted beliefs of this region, where nature is both feared and revered by the people. I'm worried about what's happening in the other rooms. Check the other feeds. Hisoka's Journal 5. This notebook looks like it's Hisoka's. Maybe there's some kind of clue in it. I couldn't make it. Just as I thought I had her, she fell. Akari. I couldn't save her. Forgive me. Those words still echo in my head. Maybe in chasing after Akari, I pushed her too far. I'm so relieved. Thank you. The forced niceties made it so much harder. After that call, I cried so much I thought I might die. She slipped through my fingers. I feel like Yuri will too. That was the one, Ahsoka. She looks like she's having a nightmare, but otherwise seems fine. She spent days trapped on Mount Hikami. I'd like to ask her about what she saw there, but I've got more urgent things on my hands right now. I should keep watching the camera feeds. Yeah, that was the girl that, she was sent to recover before she met Yuri.
Hisoka, Yuri, Miu, Miku, Rui. I was right to bring them back. But what will happen when the mountain loses its pillars?
Been here before. This is where the ghost marriage ceremonies were held. So yeah, those are all the girls. Yuri, Hisoka, Miu, Rui. Ren learned of the true purpose of the rituals performed on Mount Hikami. The mountain acts as a boundary between the world of the living and the world of the dead, a place at which the souls of visitors were returned to the water from which they were born. Shrine maidens absorbed the memories of the dying, and when they can take no more, they were sacrificed in reliquaries. Ghost marriages served to console and strengthen the souls of those sacrificed. Wedded couples were thrown into the darkness that leads to the underworld. Water connects everything. Oh, wow, I actually got an S plus on that. That was so... Oh boy. Well, we got one more episode to go for the main story, and it's gonna be a long one.